Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is HoNTourSEA, obviously your Jilix Cycle Tree, and yes, it's finally the playoffs. Today we have with us a match between impunity.earth and neos.mrr. Well, S2Y already lost to MR, therefore they are in the fourth spot. The winner of this match, or rather this series today, will face Orange Esports tomorrow, and the losers will be in spot number 3. So that's it. This is Babael, and with me is Lark.
Yeah, man. Impunity Earth versus MRR. MRR, man, they completely crushed SUI in the previous game, and they won against a Keeper Tempest strategy, so that was pretty damn epic to actually cast. I'm really excited for this game as well.
Yep, that's it. We do have the first banding phase well underway here in Beauty Earth. It's they have come a long way really. Since Cycle 1, they have been in Div 1. Cycle 2, the road to G League. I do remember they did pretty questionably, and then again they dropped back to Div 1, and again they won Div 1 again, and therefore they came to J-League for Cycle 3, which I'm glad to see that now Kana Shilak already joining them. It's going to be a really strong team. They have proved themselves tremendously throughout this entire J-League Cycle 3, and I do believe that now they are in the top 2 spot. Therefore, today they are facing with MRR, a team which they have bested in the round-robin stages. I hope that they are prepared for this. That's it. The first 2 band heroes are going to be the Keeper of the Forest, Scout, Fate, and Sandwave. What can you tell from that?
Well, basically, right off the bat, we see that Tempest is available and is on the board. I think Impunity Earth can actually pick that up, but they're gonna go for Pestilence. That's one of their most favorite heroes, especially Anduin, playing a really good Pestilence in the middle lane. Always has the time to find space to set up ganks whenever possible, and that's a really nice addition to their current lineup. I do believe they can still pick up Tempest if they want to. It's not banned out. Scout, Fade, Sandwraith, those bans are very standard. I mean, you don't want to deal with a Fade who has that ability to just gank you constantly once he reaches that level 6, having that godlike vision in the inherent ulti of his, the reflection over there. Scout, of course, is another very pesky hero to deal with in his own right because of that disarm and the ability to have that electric eyes to block out a lot of the spawns coming out from any of these jungle players. Sandwave, of course, just a very strong carry himself and a lot of gank potential once he reaches level 6, kind of like same thing with the Fate over there. So just banning out really annoying heroes to deal with. I'm actually surprised that there is no Tempest pickup just yet. I'm actually surprised that MR doesn't even want to pick it up themselves. Seems like MR doesn't favor the Tempest anymore. Maybe it's just ColorX doesn't really like the Tempest or prefers more of like that dual support kind of gameplay. So maybe we're probably gonna see that again coming up from this
Yeah.
MRR team.
Would be a huge taunt by Anduin there. Definitely betting on the keeper, but not picking up the Tempest as first pick, but going for the Pestilence. Now, do note that most of these Thai teams, they do like to play the Pestilence a lot, so he is going to stash it away. Engineer going to be the response pick, followed by MOA, and as picked up by you. Last but not least, it's going to be the Wretched Act being picked up by MRR. And yes, that means that it's going to scream a lot of magical burst damage, and how will Impunity Earth respond to that? Do note that Impunity Earth is originally the original. Yeah. It is the original, the one and only Impunity from Singapore. Impunity Storm is its Thai brother, if I'm not wrong. And there we have Nuvar, Emperor, as well as Nox newly joining them. So they are still in the road to the next cycle, and they will be in the
Uh-oh.
G League. It's gonna be a Dampier pickup, and
That's
YDOO.
that's Lucky's Dampier, guys. You always want to ban that out, especially against Impunity Earth. They love to run a Dampier. Lucky always has that really nice snowball farm because of the way that his teammates give him that space. So that's kind of scary coming out already, coming from this Legion team, and that just means that's just pure aggression because they have that Pestilence on top of that. So you can just imagine Pestilence Dampier jumping in your face and you can't do anything after that. You have Master of Arms to use the defensive Master's Call if they want to back out or if there's something going on, or if you want to go and put forth a full-on aggression mode. Like Master Farms can just use the not physical, sorry, the offensive Master's Call, and you could just easily crush. They are shadow picking the Wild Soul. I think that could be a decent pickup. It will kind of get them back in this game if he's able to get some farm of himself and split push some other lanes to give space for Hag. But yeah, so far both teams actually opting out for Tempest. I still think that Tempest can still be picked out coming up from the Hellborn team because it will synergize really nicely with Hag as well as Engineer.
Yep, and it's pretty good to see the Waltz. However, the Waltz will have the daunting prospects of the early game to face off with the Dampier, and Dampier is a hero that would definitely have a lot of advantage against the wall, so he needs to be really careful. But it's gonna be a rally, yes. So rally is gonna be with Chin1X. In fact, gonna grind out every single last second of the extra time. They're only down to 6 right now. So the banning phase is gonna begin again, and I do believe that Anduin is gonna ban out most of MRR's legendary heroes, such as that of Chin1X or maybe even Bomb Rusher Bolts. Very important Moonra, but no, they're gonna ban a Moon Queen first. They know the MR runs the Moon Queen very frequently. They have not picked the carry, that's for DQ. However, that's provided that we have 070 playing as the hack in the long lane and Chit1X on rally. ColorX is definitely not going to be your engineer. Engineer is going to be a bomb rusher pole. So DQ and ColorX both are not filled yet. They need to be really careful with that. They're going to ban the wall, so, and they know that impunity.earth have been playing wall, so. However, impunity.earth also know that MR has been running Soul Stealer. They're going to ban it out straight away. And Tempest is going to be banned. I don't think the impunity.earth is thinking of picking up that anyway. It's more of like a taunt from them to want MR to pick that up, but nope, they are not going to pick it up quickly. But do note, guys, this is the best of 3 series, so if these goes to the second game, things might actually shape up a lot, considering a lot of mind game is at stake here. That said, what do you think are the next 2 ban heroes?
Uh, most probably it's gonna be the bubbles coming from Hellborn, because yeah, there you go. The bubbles on the Legion team is just such a nice hero to add into the pool of their current 3 heroes over there. It will have that ability to lock down the Hag and Rally and basically everyone coming from Hellborn team. Enough time for Dampier and Pestilence to just, you know, compile onto them. Unfortunately, they won't have the bubbles. It's a really nice hero for them to pick up in that offlane. They don't have an offlane hero just yet. I do believe they can actually run the dual supports, which could be something like a Torturer or a Pyromancer coming out from this Legion team. I think Torturer will kind of fit that role much more better. As for what the offlane hero could be, Lodestone, that's a perfect pick. Yeah, this is a hero that has kind of died off in the competitive scene here
Yep.
in Southeast Asia. I mean, it's nothing to take away from here. Like, he's just so damn strong. Just as teams have found much more stronger offlane heroes, that being the Kraken, you know, with his inherent tankiness and the ability to pull off that really huge ultimate, is one of another reasons why you don't really see Lodestone anymore. I mean, Lodestone's still pretty strong because of that Shatterstorm ability, but it has to actually connect in order to be very useful. They won't have a Tempest or Flux to use that combination with, so it will be pretty hard to, you know, have that wombo combo, but they still can have a lot of gank potential. Like, imagine if Flowstone goes in, gets at least 2 people hit with that Shatterstorm, Dampier flies in, you're gonna die. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that Dampier will burst you down before you can even say, oh god, Dampier's here. Because it's just pretty damn insane that amount of damage that can come out. And because of the fact that they picked Lodestone, I think even a Glacius could be picked up here from the Legion team because of the what is this? The Ophelia pickup coming out from Hellborn team. That would tie in very nicely towards this Legion lineup. I think Glacier should be the go-to pick right here for Legion team right now.
Yeah, and it would be a default good pick for them. Also note that I know that Fur likes to play a secondary support to some extent. Now Rom2 also is playing support, so we can expect them to do that. But Fur definitely wants the Luna because it's such a hero. It's such a good hero to stack the camps in the NC, and that is something that Fur is exceptionally trained to do. He does fulfill the role very well, and those farms normally go to Dampier or even Anduin, which is why they are able to compound very strongly in the melee. But nope, you're right, man. He's gonna go for the Pyromancer. That works fairly as well. Would definitely be very strong. If that's gonna be played by Rom2, it's good. Muscle Bombs can be the hard support on Fur. A Lodestone will be played by, I do believe it's gonna be Zarina Tara. That's the captain, by the way. It used to be Ron, but now it's Zarina Tara.
Yeah, and
Same guy, by the way.
yeah, and this Pyromancer pickup is still good, even though they won't have the glaciers to stop the filler creeps, because that just means they can burst on Hag or Engineer really, really quickly, or even the Rally or Ophelia. And just when you take out those core heroes, like say Hag goes down, you lose a huge chunk of your team fight. Same thing with Rally, same thing with Engineer, same thing with Ophelia. You don't have the heals, you don't have the energy field, you don't have the Seismic Slam, Rally, Compel, all those kind of mumbo jumbo. So I actually really like the Pyromancer pickup. It's gonna tie in very nicely for this Legion lineup. They have good magical bursts, actually a hell shit ton of magical bursts. But the thing is, they're kind of lacking a bit on the physical DPS side of things. They do have that Pestilence at least, and either ways, Lucky on the Dampier will eventually, you know, transition to more of that auto attack machine. So not much of an issue over there coming out from this Legion lineup.
Yep, but they do have the War Beast, and the War Beast is going to be a very strong hero coming up from Team Hellborn. Do know that the War Beast Ophelia combo is actually realized here, and I have to remind you guys that that actually worked fantastically well coming up from them. That being said, it is pretty good, and I hope that it would be completely realized here. That means that Hellborn's going to look for a lot of early game pressure, but knowing Impunity, they play very passively, and I hope that they have what it takes to hold the fort against that of MRR. MR definitely have got a lot of stuff at stake here. They have not won a single cycle, and same goes for impunity.earth. And the winner of this series is gonna face Orange Esports, man. Orange themselves also have not won a single cycle, but there is no S2Y in this entire tournament, so we can be rest assured that there will be a new winner for Cycle 3.
Yeah, I mean definitely. Since Turtles and S2Y aren't here, I just like the fact that it's never the same person winning in all these cycles, and even though I say that it's only 4 cycles, so kind of obvious over there, but either ways, I'm really interested to see how Hellburn team will kind of play this, because they need to be aggressive at the same time they need to be aggressively pushing. So it's gonna come down to a lot of this mid lane execution, as well as how Ophelia is gonna rotate towards the jungle. A big part of it will be that Ophelia, I do believe that if Legion team knows that, they're gonna completely rush towards this Legion line, so not Legion, the Hellburn jungle right here at the top, and quickly ward that off so that Ophelia can't have that early quick farm from Vulture Lords, or even the ability to just quickly gank the middle lane or even the top offlane hero, which is the Lodestone. So it's gonna be a very interesting turn of events, seeing as to how they're gonna go towards their laning phase. But yeah, definitely both teams have strong lineups. You have the super fast aggression coming up from this Legion team with a lot of snowball potential. As for Hellborn, you have the huge what do you call this, huge team fight presence over there, as well as the ability to push down towers really, really quickly.
Yep, that's it. Now gonna use this opportunity to just introduce these players as well as teams here. This is gonna be game one, and on the Legion side we got Impunity Earth from Singapore, and we have Anduin, the drafter, and that would be the Pestilence. Zarina Tara, that's the captain. He's gonna be a Lodestone. Fur is gonna be your Master of Arms, and Lucky is gonna be your Dampier. Last but not least, Rom 2, also known as Impromptu, by the way, with the clan tag. He's gonna be the Pyromancer. And all the way from Hellborn, we do have Neolution MRR from the lands of the not Rising Sun, lands of Smile, land of Smiles. That's Thailand, correct? And Color X there is gonna be the drafter. He's the Ophelia. Bomber Chapol gonna be the engineer. Rally being played by Chitawan Dui Q on the retro deck. Last but not least, we go 070 V1, and that will be your Warbies.
Yep, and okay, so they're in the toilet right now. He's probably taking a crap or dump. But either way, so Hellburn team, it's gonna be a Ophelia in the. It's gonna be a pseudo dual lane top with that hag going to short. Rally's probably gonna be going to mid with this engineer, of course, and Warbeast at the off lane. So again, very conventional laning stages coming up from both these teams. I don't expect to see a what do you call this, a Warbeast mid, because that will never ever work. Uh, as for Legion lineup, definitely still gonna be the same old, as well as conventional. You have the Pestilence and MOA at the mid, off lane Lodestone, short lane Dampier, short lane Pyromancer. You can always rotate around towards the mid instead of the gang. And because of the fact that it's a Pyromancer, once he gets those levels, he's gonna be churning out a lot of magical damage in this early start of the game. If you like, if Pyromancer gets some good levels, as soon as Dampier reaches that, gets his boots or something like that, they will be able to take down this War Beast any single time they try to gank him, even despite him being inherently tanky with that high amount of HP pull. But still, Hellburn
Yep.
team, they have that Ophelia, so it's gonna really come down to Ophelia in mid lane, whether or not they can get things done in this game.
Yep, and that would be again on to Anduin, and he will have to really play very passively in the mid game. If not, sorry, mid lane. If not, he will have a very tough time. Do note that Legion team is running a tricore, as always. They will have the Pesty, the Dampier, as well as the Lodestone, all of which are very important in this particular game here. Dual support doing a lot of work, but more importantly so because they need to make sure that Dampier gets the farm, Anduin gets his portal key, and that'll be good to go. Meanwhile, Lodestone needs also the basic portal key to make it work. As for Hellborn, they're just buying their time to make sure that once it hits level 6, you can have a war base with good farm, good push potential. Also will be the Ophelia plus the war base. With that, you can acknowledge that the rest of Hellborn team is going to be around. Do note that split push was very effective in the first game, also in MRR versus S2Y. They did separately take down a tier 1 as well as knock a tier 2 all the way down to 30% just in a single engagement that was happening on the top part of the map. So that's it. There's a lot of push potential from Hellborn, and I'm just excited to see how will impunity.earth respond to that.
Yeah, and as you can see already, they're already rushing here at the top lane. You see the amount of wards being purchased. Pyromancer with 1, Master of Arms with 1, as well as the 2 Ward of Revelation. So they're definitely going to try to ward out this jungle coming up from Ophelia. But Ophelia is already prepared for that. He has a Ward of Revelation himself. Legion team is actually pretty slow in reaching this top lane. Hellborn is already here, so we might see some form of team fight. But of course, the Hellhound's going to scout that out. So. Not
Yeah, I
too
must
sure how
advise
Legion
Hellborn to really be careful because it's going to be a 5-man gang possibly. And more importantly because there's a lot of stun potential on Team Legion right now. If you look at it, as Pyromancer stun, Dampier has got no skill added just yet, but still that's a charge shot on the MOA. Anduin just waiting it out. Lodestone has got rocket drill, so basically they got more than enough. Lodestone's going to lead the charge here. That like a true captain indeed, right? Zerinatara bringing the rest of his team here. That's very nice to see. And the wards are going to be placed, but they are excited to see whether the wards are in the correct spot. If not, it would possibly be dewarded, but no, it seems like no early game aggression so far. The wards are not being placed surprisingly. They will make it up as they go along. It seems like Fur will land a just on a cliff kind of ward here. It's gonna be fine. And separately, they will do a deward.
There you go.
Yep, there we go. Dewarding happening. Is it actually in range?
Yes, it will block out the camp if I'm not mistaken. It's a pretty nifty spot over there. And I really like this ward actually being placed by Fur. That will mean that even though Ophelia, dewards this camp, anytime he tries to rotate mid to set up a gank, it will not be possible for them to pick up a kill. Because there will be vision given wholly to this Pestilence, who, by the way, has stack regen. So it seems like it's going to be a tri-top actually. Pyromancer and Master of Arms are here in the vicinity.
Yep.
I guess they believe that Pestilence should have no issues, but I think there will be some rotation coming out from Master of Arms eventually to the middle lane.
Yeah, that's one thing I've actually taken a note too, because I thought that with a Luna, previously Impunity would definitely be stacking up the NC a lot, but it seems like in this game they are not interested to do that. They will leave Anduin to himself, to his own means in the mid lane, and that will be pretty fine. Meanwhile, Dampier will be head-to-head against the Warbeast. I do believe the Warbeast may not be able to crush Dampier too much if Dampier goes 1 point to Bloodthirst, but that's again up to him, and knowing Lucky, he's going to want to farm. So that's going to be his name of the game. Therefore, it's going to boil down to the mid lane. Can they get any kill? And at the top lane, can they stop the Hag?
Yeah, that's a big question. I don't think they really can, because Hag has the ability to, easily flash away with that inbuilt blink. Definitely feel like Master Farm should still come to this middle lane and help out this Pestilence so that he doesn't have that much of a hard time against his rally engineer. I think the reason for doing this though is also because of the fact that Pestilence is pretty tanky and should have no issues when engineer and rally try to compile onto him. But look at this top lane though. Ophelia is already being heavily harassed by Master Farm's Pyromancer, and this is the reason why they kind of force this tri-lane aggression, is to kind of
they can deward the Ward of Wrath here. Yes, they can, and they are going to do that just yet. Yep, Ward of Wrath is going to be taken down quickly, so that means that Ophelia will have to run to the Legion jungle like she's doing right now. And that would also unlock the fact that both of these Legion Impunity members now going to try and compound on the middle lane. Yeah, middle lane, a lot of trouble. Rally might be stunned, but he spots out the Pyromancer a little bit too anxious, Rom2.
Yeah, and you see Ophelia is going to just rotate to the jungle. Already captured a Minotaur, by the way. Can't even set up a gang in bottom lane, but that's a war beast, so you're not really going to be able to kill anything just yet. But that just means now that Ophelia is going to have free roam in this jungle coming out from a Legion team. So this tri-lane is not going to be as effective as they wanted
but
to.
top lane has been pushed out completely, and Hag might be a lot of trouble. If the rocket just goes down, yes, it will be a quick stun there. Maybe a flash, and here comes the backup stun there from the MOA. It's not going to be a flash for the next 7 seconds. He's going to try and run away as much as possible, but now the Hag is in a lot of trouble. He may have a flash up in the next 5 seconds, looking for extra hit there. The stun is actually going to miss, but the last hit will also miss. Hag should have died there, but somehow she survived. And that's gonna be a complete miracle. Rom2's stun actually missed there. A little bit sad to see, but that's a niche little spot that Hag got for himself.
Yeah, I felt that at least Master Arms should have actually just waited a little bit in the trees before Pyromancer came closer, so that it would kind of force the hack to run back to his tower the normal conventional way, not through the woods there. So a little bit of a misplay over there, but still nonetheless they will have that ability to force out this hag to just go back to base and lose out a lot of experience and farm. But in the meantime though, you have Ophelia who's in your jungle who can easily gank in the middle lane, so this is very scary. I would like to see at least a ward being passed to Pestilence, at least put end to this little ledge here. I don't know if you can see that, but where Ophelia's creeps is just farming right now, just putting it out there on the ledge to kind of spot out if there's any ganks to be happening.
Yeah, but that's it though. The mid lane Tessie is gonna be harassed heavily there. The Impel is gonna go down, but here comes Ophelia from behind. He needs to be really careful. There may not be a getaway here. And Ophelia looking for the kill. It's gonna be a bloodlust, like I mentioned nicely. The gang is well underway. And they need to be really careful right now because there is no vision in their area. Definitely the ward of sight there by Fur will not block out his camp this time round. However, should they be an Ophelia in the vicinity, he should be fine. Meanwhile, Fur would actually go down. Speaking of Fur, it's gonna die quickly. And that being said, 4 minutes up, 0-2.
A bit of misplay there coming up from impunity.earth. Really nice rotation by Ophelia. I'm surprised that he actually was able. You saw that he went for more of that vagabond instead of the vagabond leader. Really nice pickup there because the range on the mana burn is really high. And as you saw right there,
Lucky needs to be really careful. There's no support ward in his area. Doesn't know what's happening. Here comes a hasted engineer looking for a lucky cack. Can he get lucky, or is Lucky gonna be lucky? That's the biggest question right now. But Lucky is just gonna juke around a little bit too much, and he will be spotted by Ophelia. Ophelia will mana burn him completely, rendering him no escape right at all. There should be a cack happening really soon. But it's going to be a hasted engineer. The cack is going to connect nonetheless, and it seems like Dampier is going to be a lot of trouble there. But here comes the MOA. Can he save Lucky? That's the question, though. And Lucky is going to juke around a little bit too much. Here comes the Pyromancer. Is he going to save him? God. Yes, he will. Wow. Big plays by Lucky. He is, after all, with boots.
I mean, he is, after all, Lucky, so...
Oh, yeah. The Knight creeps there, so very good.
Yeah.
Ophelia is very wise to do that also.
That was a big misplay coming from Engineer. He could have actually kicked him when Lucky went towards that forest over there, and he would have been trapped in a really perilous situation and couldn't really get out. They waited a little bit too long, and because of that, the support came in time, and that's just really unfortunate. That would have been a sure kill onto Dampier, by the way, but I guess they played. I think Engineer was just a little bit too afraid of missing his kicks, and that's why they kind of missed out. So I think choking a little bit in terms of trying to land that kickstand at the bottom lane.
Yep, and here comes the MOA to support it. Dampier already level 1 against level 6. Dampier level 6 against Warbase level 5. That's gonna be good. Meanwhile, I do believe that now Fur will be looking to stack the jungle for Team Impunity, and Ophelia will go back. So that would end the first aggressiveness note coming from Team Legion. But Impunity Earth, man, they are so far back by down by 2 kills, but 1k goal deficit, and definitely a lot more catching up to do here. Top lane, it's gonna be Zernatar, level 6 against that of the Heck level 5. So leveling wise, it seems like Impunity has got a slight advantage there. But is it going to be enough to win them this game? So far, I don't think so. The Kek is going to connect again on Anduin. And Anduin looking for a quick impel. The stun again from Pyromancer is going to miss, but that's okay. Well, that's a regeneration on Rally. They need to be really careful right now. Rally's got enough for a compel. And if that goes in, the Kek comes up from Engineer. He does have also enough mana for turret. Yeah, he does have enough for turret plus Kek if he consumes the next ball charge. So that's going to be very scary for Pestilence.
Yeah, Pestilence needs to be careful of his positioning. Here comes, ooh, Pyromancer, man. Pyromancer needs to be really careful because he's damn squishy. He went for boots. He went for his marchers first. Doesn't have any other stat items to give him that extra added amount of HP. At top lane though, there is going to be a gank. Yep,
top lane. It seems like Lowstone's gonna be a lot of trouble. Here comes the little nice shockwave there from the Vagabond leader, and it seems like Lowstone is gonna go down quickly. Hack is gonna pick up this kill easily. I thought that if he hits Smash Rush, he would have at least been able to just trick kills, but that was just too quick to kill the Hack, and he's gonna get sent back by Ophelia.
Yeah, really nice there, and good use of reaching that level 6 right off the bat using the Bat Blast. That's really nice there coming out from this Wretched Hag. And that just means that now, again, they are addressing the issue of the Lodestone at the top lane. You see Lodestone now going to be forced to run back at the top. Doesn't have his Steam Boots finished just yet. He will have that soon, but you look at Warbase, he's doing much more better as compared to this Lodestone, I do believe. He's already sitting at level 6, gonna go ahead and try to steal the jungle coming out from this Legion lineup. And yes, level 3 Battlecry. Once he gets that level 4, he'll be able to, spam that with no worries.
Yeah, MOA now gonna use this NC to get a little bit more level. Level 7 Warbeast should be easy to pick off this MOA. He will spot out his double stack cam here, but he will not be able to take that. He'll only be able to just take 1 or 2 creeps, but that's just about it. Meanwhile, top lane, no, it's gonna be easy kill on Lawson again. Zarina Tara is gonna take the fall, but that's against a 4-man. And that's a bit hard to bear, but in general, 0-4 so far. Impunity of slightly behind, 3k gold deficit. And here comes the flying double damage Warbeast. If it's gonna be a good stun, and Anduin goes in for a quick stun. Pyromancer falls quickly, but it's not level 6, so it's not gonna be enough. But yes, it is gonna be enough damage. Not enough burst because I thought he doesn't have the ulti, but seems like the calculation they did it, and they were right. It's gonna be good enough to pick off the Warbeast.
Yeah, I mean, Warbeast doesn't have the highest HP just yet because he hasn't finished his team boot. Pestilence.
Rally going in, Rally, Compel, Seismic Slam today. No, not happening just yet, but here comes the Kek. It's gonna be effective. Impel will also be used now. Rally, Seismic Slam is gonna miss. A little bit too late if you ask me. And Anduin now exploiting the fact that he has no Seismic Slam. Gonna Impel, but that will also miss. A lot of miss happening in this game here.
Yeah, I think both teams are just a little bit nervous.
Yep, and top lane, tier 2, severely challenged here. Shadow Storm gonna be challenged quickly, and I don't think it's gonna be effective. It's just gonna be used as a scare tactic. Meanwhile, the deny is gonna be played.
Yep, at least they deny the tower, but that means that they're losing a lot of map control, and they don't have the snowball farm just yet on Dampier. He is at least at 384 gold per minute, so he will eventually get his a light brand soon. He's sitting with 1k in the bank, probably gonna purchase that. What is it called? This no, Neophyte's book, yeah, and will eventually translate towards a light brand. But yeah, middle lane, man, that was just a clutch save there by that Pestilence and to help out the Pyromancer against that Warbeast. Of course, you can't really dive so early in this game, especially since Pestilence will -6 of your armor when he applies that swarm, which Warbeast doesn't even have. So that's why you saw there he got completely owned at the middle lane.
Yeah, it's like tearing down a naked body already. Completely easy to take there. Warbeast is in a lot of trouble previously, but right now 10 minutes up here. 1-4. Impunity are finding some grounding finally, but they are losing lanes a little bit too much. The top lane now will be unlocked completely for Lodestone to farm, and that would be really good to see. Meanwhile, middle lane, Anduin is having a little bit of trouble, but he does not have the portal key yet. And he is looking for 2k extra for the portal key. I do believe that that's going to be on his priority list next. Pyromancer is looking for levels, that's about it. Meanwhile, it seems like a little bit of a gang is going to happen here on the rally. Compel is going to hit quickly, and the Kek will also fall up. It seems like Dampier is a lot of trouble. The Seismic Slam this time going on, but the Terrorize is going to be in full effect. And the Energy Field, wow, is going to be enough to pick up the kill on Dampier. Dampier, unfortunately, will be going down. And Anduin going to swim in the electric fence.
That was really unfortunate for Lucky there. He's finally running out of luck. I bet you he's probably like you know, giving a facepalm to himself right now because he actually used a consume on a creep earlier, and that's why he didn't have it in the previous team fight. If he did have that, he would have actually survived long enough for the rest of his teammates to compile into this Hellburn lineup and save him. The bottom is gonna be killed right now. Yep, Warbeast, you see that 2 hits is instantly gonna get, wow man, the RNG in this dog, holy shit. You got 2 criticals in a row against that Master of him. Just saw him just die completely really fast, and he wasn't even able to get the deny at the bot. So really well played by MRR overall right now. They're winning all their lanes and they have everything going in their favor.
Yep, they are, and so far Impunity is still fighting very hard. It's 7.5k goal lead for MRR. Very far ahead in this game so far, and also don't forget they got the Ophelia and Warbeast combo, and that's gonna mean a lot of push coming in. Also, you have to give them due credit because they did take a total of 2 towers up north. That's the main reason why the goal is so much. Also the mid lane and the bottom. The 6 kills may not be too much for them to catch up. I do believe that the towers is going to be a problem. They are going to want to put for a little bit of push off their own. But so far in, map control definitely swing in favor of Hellborn. And if they make the Legion jungle their new base, it's going to be really bad. Here comes the Compel. It's going to be really effective, but the clutch stun from Romtu is going to make sure Shidowanax is not going to get it off. And here comes Lucky to snag up the kill. But a bad blast though, it's going to hit the deny. Is nice big though. Wow, big deny. And MO is going to be fine. The Impel is going to be missing from Pestilence. That's okay. But here comes Lowstone. He hits the stun. Shadow Storm is going to pick up the kill. Oh, not the clutch. Flash away by Hack. And he is now going to be saved by his teammate. That's Bomb Rusher Ball behind. He does have the energy field. So they are all going to fall back. And it's a little bit wasted he didn't get a hack.
Yeah, I think they could have actually picked up the kill had Pyromancer used a stun, but I think Pyromancer was just an inch away from getting the range on his Dragon Fire, so just really unfortunate that they weren't able to pick up the kill into a Hag. I mean, they used the Shatterstorm. You want to make sure that you at least pick up a kill when you use that ultimate, but nevertheless, they're gonna lose out onto that kill onto this Hag, but they do pick up the kill onto that Rally, so that will kind of slow down his farm. But even then, Rally already has his core items, the portal key, and they're gonna get Kong even.
Yep, and that's it. 30 minutes up already. 2:6. They have the token. They are gonna start the pain train, and that means that the push is gonna be well on the way. Can Impunity hold that? Pretty questionable so far. Let's examine Lucky. He does have only 1.2k gold in the bank. He doesn't have something concrete just yet, having completed Energizer slightly earlier. He will definitely have a lot of space for mobility, but in general, he should be looking at he should be able to stare down the Minotaur and jump down there, but I don't know why he doesn't want to do that. That's okay. But that being said, though, he's still pretty far behind from his light brand, and he will get it only at the 15-minute mark if he doesn't die now.
Yeah, if he doesn't die. But the thing is, the Hellborn team is really aggressive already. You see the light brand purchased and finished up onto Hag already, even with a token of life. They can force much more aggression again because Rally has a portal key and Seismic Slam is a very fast cooldown. And if they catch up one of the heroes coming from Legion team, they can ultimately kill them really fast. Like, you have 3 squishies coming out from this Legion lineup right now, which is the Dampier, the Pyromancer, and the Master of Arms. They can all go down really quickly to 1 Compel and Seismic Slam. So they need to be much more careful. They have a decent amount of wards, but they need
is
more.
actually going to spot him out, and here comes the Hag, and with the HoN though, Dampier jumps in, wants to kill up the Engineer, but Ophelia doing a lot of work there. It seems like the Seismic Slam will not be in play though. However, Dampier lucky trying to run away. It may not be successful. Lodestone goes in, Shatterstorm full charge, but only blow in the face of Rally. And here comes Undoing a little bit too late, but that's okay. And we're looking at this engagement over already. And I don't know, man, but Lucky did kill Chido1X previously. No, that's way before. Okay, so that's it. We are looking at Lucky with 2 deaths, if I'm not wrong, and only 1 more.
Yeah, they didn't kill off any of these Hellborn members here coming out from this Hellborn team, so this is really unfortunate, and that's a huge problem because they're investing a lot but still can't get anything done. And at the same time, Warbeast wasn't with them, and as you can see right there, takes a tier 2 bot and continues getting much more farm on himself.
Yep. He's gonna have a lot of item right now. He does have 2.3k gold. It all will boil down to the fact that MR had a very early game push. And here comes the pesty stun. Pyromancer, a nice follow up. Also Engineer, nice side step also. Not really sure if that was gonna be enough to kill him anyway. But here comes Dampier. He's gonna chump bomb on the Hack. Hack's gonna be fine. She's gonna be coming back. She's gonna come back with full health though with the token. Hate Smash gonna be affected, but again, nothing too severe there. No brain injury at least. So that's a 12k gold lead for MRR. Still very strong. The good news is that none of the tier 3 is too impacted. That's okay. But the bad news is that MR has got free reign, complete free reign in the entire map right now, and Impunity will have to suspend all form of farming. And in Lucky, he needs to be really careful because if he extends too much to want to get a farm, he will definitely go down.
Yeah, and they're gonna utilize the resources coming out from this Legion jungle right now, which is really good. Pestilence needs to be okay. He has his portal key already, so that will be some signs of life for this Legion lineup. If he's able to initiate onto someone and stun them down, there could be decent amount of followers because they have a lot of stuns coming from this Legion lineup. Like Hag could probably be the next target right here. Here we go.
And doing nice stun and also a nice follow up there, but here comes the Compel. It's gonna save the day indeed. Yes, it will. And it seems like MRs have a little bit of recipe for themselves, and they're gonna try and catch on Lodestone. Lodestone's gonna be very bad position right now. He will definitely go down. It seems like Fur is also in a lot of trouble. He's gonna take the ball, and that's a double tap for DQ. DQ now looking so good in this game. Hack definitely going in, and they are in fact able to pick up Lucky, and that's gonna be it actually. It's a hat trick going out for DQ, and that's it. 15k gold lead. I don't think Impunity has got what it takes to win this game anymore.
Yeah, they know that. I mean, it's good for them to actually just quickly concede the game and go next because they don't want to, stress themselves out or use too much energy in this game. They can always go for the next one and hopefully they'll win that and then the next one after that as well. They just need to keep their heads in the game. Don't be too, fret from this previous game that happened. But I say, man, MLR, they're really bringing it to all these teams today. They are showing off that they can definitely pull off some big plays. And right there, you see the huge amount of aggression coming up from them. So really well played by them.
Yep, that's it. We hope you guys enjoyed this cast. We'll be back real soon with game number 2. This is Babael, with me is Lark, and you're watching Epic Gaming Television. See you guys soon.